playing Future Box again, and this time I've put an Iron Boulder EX in my deck. I just love Future Box gaming. So welcome back to a very Pokemon TCG Live Mega Evolution deck video, and today I'm looking at my brand new updated Future Toolbox deck. So I did a video on this deck a couple months ago. Basically, the idea of the deck is it's just a type coverage deck with some cool tricks that it has up its sleeve. And I've updated the deck with Mega Evolution. I've added in Lillie's Determination for consistency, but I've also then put an Iron Boulder EX in the deck. Because one thing I noticed in this format, the deck was lacking a fighting type Pokemon. So the idea of the deck, obviously, you have all these different future Pokemon that all get powered up via Miraidon's Peak Acceleration, which one energy does 40 damage. You can obviously do even more damage, hopefully get an early knockout on a little guy with the attack, and then you get to use the attack to charge up a future Pokemon like, say, Iron Hands EX to have the option to use Ampy very much, having Iron Leaves as a grass Pokemon help against Charizard and Grimmsnarl, having Iron Valiant as another really good one-hit KO option, but also being a Psychic type with the combination of Clefairy is really good against Dragapult, and also with Mega Lucario now in the format, it's a good attacker versus Lucario. Also, we have Iron Moth, which is really good against fire-weak decks like Goldengo, or any grass deck like Mega Venusaur or Hydrapple, or Tealmask Ogerpon can all get slain by the Moth. But again, the big addition that I've added is the Iron Boulder EX. I wanted to put a fighting-type Pokemon in the deck. Iron Boulder can knock out Fezandipiti, Iron Hands, Miraidon, also knocks out Kangaskhan with that second attack Power Stomp. So just to have a little bit of type coverage for those fighting weak Pokemon, I've now added Iron Boulder. In fact, I don't think I've ever done a video with Iron Boulder in my deck before. This is the first time I'm ever doing this ever since this card came out, last year. I'm finally getting around to playing it, but it's a pretty good time to play it considering there's a decent amount of fighting weak Pokemon in the format. It's got that Repulsor Axe attack, which does 60 damage. You can increase the damage with Booster Capsules and Iron Crowns. Good way to knock out Fez for 2 energy, or you can build up Power Stomp to just KO a Kangaskhan in one hit. This deck should have a good matchup. Into the Taured deck, you can leave the Absol, and you can Boulder the Kangaskhan. And then you have Ampy very much, which is also pretty good in that matchup too. Again, Lillie gives the deck a little bit more consistency. We are going to be using a Reboot Pod as the A-Spec to put more energy into play. So we have great energy acceleration options alongside a myriad of different attackers. I'm really excited to show off my brand new updated Future Box deck. Now, before we get into the video, big shout out to the sponsor, Card Cavern TCG. If you're looking to get any Pokemon TCG Live codes, get them over there. If you're looking to get any Mega Evolution codes still, or an older set code, or IRL singles, product Card Cavern sells all that over on their website. If you get anything over there at the checkout, use my discount code LittleDarkFury for a 5% discount on your order to help support the channel. Shout out to Card Cavern. Check them out. Link will be down below. Also, link down below is my second sponsor, TC Evolutions. You want to get any of the awesome product they sell on their website, their dice, their damage counters, ability markers, great stuff to have when playing IRL Pokemon TCG tabletop gameplay. Check them out down below. Use code LittleDarkFury for a 10% discount at the checkout. Shout out to my two sponsors. Link will be in the description, and also is my second channel link down below too for even more content from me. I just looked at a bunch of decks winning in Japan right now, as Japan has Phantasmal Flames. So if you want to look ahead in the future, no pun intended, check out the second channel's latest vid. And why not sub here to the main channel while you're at it? We're on the road to 90K/100,000 subs. Some big milestones here on the channel. So if you want to help me reach those goals, subscribing down below would be awesome. So yeah, here is my list that I've got. I've made a few changes from my original list. Again, I've added Lillie into the deck. It's a really good draw supporter. I've also, again, added in the Boulder. I also put Prism Energy in the deck as an extra energy to have. Just naturally makes sense. It's the best Rainbow Energy. Might as well play a Prism. The deck is entirely all basics. I do want to maybe try to put Town Store in here. So after playing the deck a little bit, I like the idea of maybe adding a one of Town Store. You can also try to put Pokegear in here if you want to. There are more consistency cards you could add in the deck if you want to make the deck a little bit more consistent overall. But I do like the deck, and just the type coverage toolbox deck idea seems pretty cool. You do have a lot of really nice tricks in the deck. We are playing Energy Switch, so you can make plays out of nowhere. Even attacking with Mew EX is really good in this deck. So this deck has a lot of options, and it's really fun to play. And with all the different type coverages you have, you're hitting everything for weakness and countering the meta. Let's go check out the deck and see what it's all about. All right, we hit Goldengo. Our best friend is going to be Iron Moth. Ooh, they opened Fez. That's actually kind of annoying because I can't knock it out with Miraidon. That kind of sucks. They don't know what I'm playing, so I start Mew, so that doesn't give me any information. But yeah, them starting Fez kind of sucks, because I can't knock it out with Miraidon. Like I said, that feels pretty bad. Honestly, this hand isn't fantastic either. Can I play it down maybe for Mew? I might be able to, depending on what my top deck is. I mean, we can Boulder this. Ooh, Artisan is good. I mean, I'm still going to get Techno Radar, but still, that does help me a little bit, get more stuff. Yeah, we could, like, maybe two-shot Fez with, like, Boulder or something. This matchup is fine. I mean, the Goldengo matchup comes down to Iron Moth. But again, it would have been really good to get an early KO with Miraidon here. It's pretty important to do that. So it's kind of unfortunate they just started their Fezandipiti. Though it's not bad for the Fez to be in play. They didn't get a Gimme Ghoul. Okay. There's Iron Boulder. My boy pulled up. All right. Do we have Iron Moth in the deck? Thankfully it is. Do we have our Fire Energy out. We do. Okay, good. Because the other one's in our hand. Okay, I made Prism Energy. Okay. We could power up Iron Hands, actually, too. I wonder if that's maybe just better here. It might be. Like Techno Radar. Grab Hands, grab Moth. Power up Iron Hands. I can't amp next turn, though. That's the problem. I also don't want to... I mean, we could just, like, aggressively beat them down with Miraidon. We have Boulder, too. Do we have the Fight Energy in the deck? Let me see. Yeah. Okay, maybe I don't get Hands. But they didn't get a Gimme Ghoul. They're not taking any prizes. But again, I can't really go in Iron Hands anyways this turn. Let's, like, build it up. No, let's grab these two. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know. Let's just do this. Booster Capsule can go here, I guess. Still bench Iron Boulder. A switch? I mean, that's not bad, but not what I need. All right, let's slam into them for 100 damage. We're not killing the rocks. Maybe I should have left a bench spot open. I don't know. Going Boulder on the Fez seems okay. They do need to retreat, but they can go into Soul Rock, and I can't knock it down one hit. I don't know. Maybe I should have just powered up. Well, I can't power up the active. This is weird. This is kind of a weird spot to be in, actually. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We'll figure it out. I don't know if I should have benched Iron Moth, though. I don't know. Maybe I should have just got Iron Hands the more I think about it. I just can't build it up. Like, I can put 2 energy on, and then what? How am I amping? I'm not amping. That's the problem. Because my hand isn't very good. If I had an out to an Energy Switch, I would have powered up Iron Hands there for sure. All right, let's see what they do with this Arven. They're probably going to get, like, Trolley, set up their board. They're going to retreat the Fez. They're probably just going to push Soul Rock because I can't one-shot it. I could go into Iron Moth and knock the Soul Rock out. That's not a great usage out of our Moth, though. Oh, no Trolley. Did they prize Trolley? They could have Mega Lucario in the deck, but we have Clefairy and Valiant, so... They are playing the Mega Lucario. It's not as threatening. They must have prized Trolley. Or their Ace-Spec is Prime Catcher. Their Ace-Spec could be Prime Catcher, too, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We need to get a draw here. I might have to burn these switches just to do Mew, just to find a Gust out or something. Or a Lillie. Just some supporter to give me more outs. I would like to whack this Fez, though, with Boulder. I don't think we're going to get to do that currently, though. Because Boulder does, what, 200 damage with the Crown? I mean, one thing we could do is, like, if we find... They are playing Lucario. If we boss KO the Fez with the Boulder, they knock out the Boulder in return. There are some cool plays. We can actually hit the Soul Rock and then knock it out with Tachyon Bits later on. So actually, maybe it's not that bad that they're going to Soul Rock. Because we can Tachyon Bits it. That's actually not bad either. I could knock it out with Iron Boulder here, but that's kind of a waste of our Boulder. I think it's better just to attack with Miraidon. Or, you know, we just draw a boss and I can kill Fez right here, right now. Ooh, an Iono. Okay. Am I really going Boulder, knockout? Well, Boulder doesn't even kill this thing. I don't know. We could Boulder here. Boulder, hit the Soul Rock. No. I think we're just Miraidon-ing again. Then we can set up a Tachyon Bits. That seems just pretty damn good, actually, the more I think about it. Honestly, yeah, maybe I could have attached to Mew there. Might not have been bad, actually. Like grass. Psychic, sure. I'm not sure I should be building up my Iron Moth all the way, but it's fine. Let's see if my opponent does anything crazy. I did Iono them. They didn't find a Goldengo, but I mean, they only benched Gimme Ghoul last turn, so... Let's see. I don't currently have a Gust either in my hand, so I can't chase Gimme Ghoul or anything. But they're going to knock me out with Soul Rock. The problem is, if I go Tachyon Bits here, I don't have a way to move. So I need, like, E-Switch and stuff. If I find an E-Switch, it is possible to maybe knock them out with Iron Valiant. Like, I could go Tachyon Bits, kill the active. But I probably want to save the Iron Valiant so I can nuke Lucario at some point. Definitely seems like better value. There's Cypher Maniac. I do want to build up Mew, too, because Mew can knock out Lucario. Actually, if they don't deal with Mew, we can put the Grass Energy on the Mew with the EXP share, and then that allows us to knock out the Lucario with genome hacking. Because then we just need E-Switch or Crispin to it. That's pretty good. Let's see if they... I mean, they're not going Lucario. Surely they're not going... That'd be crazy if they went Lucario. I don't know. Maybe I should have went Iron Boulder, to be honest. Because, like, it was a pretty likely chance it wasn't getting knocked out. And I could have hit them for 100 damage, and then they would have had to attack me for 7. They would have knocked themselves out. So, honestly, looking back, I should have went Iron Boulder. But, I don't know. Boulder's cool, but then I also could have one-shot Dengo. Yeah, honestly, looking back, I should have went Iron Boulder. To be honest, it was probably correct to go on Iron Boulder last turn, not Miraidon again. Just getting more energy in play, though, is pretty good, though, regardless. If only I had Gust. If I can find a counter catcher here, I'm chilling. I'm probably going to have the Nest Ball for... Fez. Because if I get a counter catcher here, or a Gust card, KOing Goldengo or Fezandipiti would be humongous. And like I said, we can load up Mew to KO Lucario. So we're definitely looking for a Gusting card this turn. That's the plan. If I can draw a switch, we can go for the Tachyon Bits Cheese KO too, which is good. Okay. Let's see what we top deck. Night Stretcher's not what I'm looking for. Though I could get another Miraidon. I don't think I want it. Let me check the deck real quick. Fez is in there, right? Yeah, okay, good. Get the leaves, the hands. See, now I wish I did go Iron Hands. So I am punished for not going hands. We got the counter catcher to 1 boss. Come on, give me something good, please. No. It's just more of the same. Not finding Gust here is so bad. The nice thing is there's a Lucario in place. So honestly, it's not the end of the world. I can still just load up Mew here, and then I can kill Lucario with Mew. I'm actually, honestly, not in a bad spot still, but... The Soul Rock is very annoying. Just, yeah, very annoying Soul Rock. My draws were just awkward, though. Like I said, if I had a Gusting card there, I could have just KO'd, like, Goldengo with Iron Moth. It's fine, though. We can still build up Iron Moth with Reboot Pod. I'm not really worried about it. If we find Reboot Pod, we can go Night Stretcher Reboot Pod, Iron Moth, and then kill Dengo out of nowhere. That's annoying. Okay, we'll give him... We have to go Iron Crown here, right? I could go Boulder, but let's go Crown. Boulder does have a lot of HP, but it kills Fez. I can still win the game, though, in 2 attacks. As long as we can kill Lucario. So next turn, we need to kill Lucario. Because if they Turo it, I'm kind of screwed. But if we can Turo kill the Lucario... If we can kill Lucario, we're chilling. Let's see if they can knock out Iron Crown this turn. They should be able to. Yeah, we definitely have to KO the Lucario. Yeah, I wish I did Power Up Iron Hands. I would have amped there. So I should have just powered up Iron Hands instead of just going for this route. Maybe got a little greedy. The stupid Soul Rock with its 110 HP was very awkward. And I couldn't Tachyon Bits it. And I couldn't find a Gust. And we didn't have Iron Bundle. Maybe we should put an Iron Bundle in here. All right. We can knock... So the worst case scenario, we go knock out Dengo with Moth. But the problem is if they ever Turo this Lucario, we do lose. We have to kill... Well, I mean, I don't lose. But it's like... I have to like Iono Moth and hope they whiff boss for a turn. All right, we'll see. We have to kill Lucario next turn. If we can find a Gust, we knock Lucario out with Mew, and we have a decent chance of winning the game. Because then we just have to KO Goldengo for a game, or Fezandipiti. So we actually still win the game if we knock out Lucario here. But will we be able to do it is the question. We will see. Otherwise, this might come down to like Iono, push Iron Moth, pray they whiff boss. At some point, that's going to have to be the plan. See if it works. This silly Soul Rock really got in the way. But I could have maybe managed my bench a little better. I don't know. Our draws were just awkward off that Iono. Like, not finding any Gust out kind of sucks. We had Counter Catcher. We just needed Arven or Boss or something. Okay, let's see what they do. I'm assuming they're just going to kill the Crown. They can't Counter Catcher or anything silly like that. They kill the Crown. We hopefully Fezandipiti into a Gust, and then we KO the Lucario with Mew, and then that should wrap up the game. If I don't, I guess actually we do have a win con. This is a Hail Mary, but we actually could maybe go Iron Hands, amp the Fez. Hold up. There is a line, so I have 2 lines. I go KO Goldengo, KO Lucario, or I KO Fez, KO Goldengo with amp. We actually might be... Okay, hold up. I still might actually win this game. But I do need to get Iron Hands established. Okay, we actually do have a way to win. We need to get Iron Hands in play, though. I don't know if they're turrowing that Lucario. They are not giving any signs that they are. Okay, I do have a win con. We could win potentially with Amp on the Fez. That's pretty good. Okay, maybe it was good we hit the Fez with Miraidon. This is actually still very winnable. There's 2 lines. Yeah, we either kill the Lucario with Mew this turn if we find boss off Fez, or we kill the Dengo and then we kill the Fez with Iron Hands. Probably at the counter catcher, though. But assuming we don't get Iono, we probably can get to that. Okay, we actually still might have... We still have a way to win. That also works. The Amp angle works. It would be a lot better to just go KO for a game without needing to build up Iron Hands, but if it has to come down to it, we will power our Iron Hands. Finding boss's turn would be very, very good, like I said. Let's see what our draw is going to be. The counter catcher, there we go. Okay, so we have the Gust. Okay. It's going to flip. I don't want to get rid of anything with Vessel. My goats. Let's do this. And then we just CC the Lucario, copy Mega Brave, knock it out. Don't think I do anything else here. I think I just chill. Yeah, we just killed them with Mega Brave. Because we got Counter Catcher there, we would have been able to go for the Iron Hands play too. So they have to kill Iron Moth here. That's what they're going to do. They kill Iron Moth, but we just have game in hand. We can go Boulder for game on Fez, or... Actually, no, we don't game. What am I saying? Well, actually, no, we can Boulder for game. We can Boulder, kill the Dengo, or we can just kill... We can Night Stretcher Reboot Pod for game. So we have game. Unless... They have to go Iono Counter Catcher, kill Iron Moth. I don't think they can do that. There's no Soul Rock KO either, so it has to be the Counter Catcher angle. So even if they didn't have... Even if last turn they went Turo Lucario, knockout Iron Crown, I would have been able to set up maybe an Iron Hands play. But then they maybe could have Turved the Fez too. I mean, this probably got a little bit closer. But I did have 2 lines of winning, and thankfully we were able to see one of the 2 lines. So I think this game should be wrapped up here. We just checkmate them with our hand. It's either Boulder for game or Moth for game with Reboot Pod Night Stretcher. Boulder for game is cooler because I think I put the Iron Boulder in the thumbnail. And people will be like, LDF is clickbaiting once again. He didn't use Iron Boulder once. Joke's on you. I'm going to use it, bro. I'm going to use it. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Because, like, their best counterplay, like, this deck has, like, no counterplay. So their best counterplay is they have to Iono counter catcher. And maybe they, but even then I have Mew Pheasant play. So good luck. I should have probably just, okay. I should have just benched Iron Crown, to be honest. I maybe should have left the bench spot open. I maybe should have benched Crown. But I don't think they have Iono counter catcher. They're just probably playing the top 3 list from Milwaukee so that Austin played. I doubt they have a counter catcher or Iono. This should just be GG's. They do have to kill Iron Moth here. But like I said, it's checkmate. Both the Boulder and the Moth are powered up. So we're Gucci. This could have got a little scary, though, for sure. The Soul Rock tanking a hit from the Miraidon was pretty bad. Like, in hindsight, I probably should have just killed the Soul Rock if I had the chance. I should have made my bench bigger with crowns, but having more attackers in play is good. All 3 attackers checkmate them. We got the Mew for the Lucario, Moth for Goldengo, Boulder for Fez. Or Boulder even kills Dengo, right, with the right amount of damage modifiers. I was maybe trying to go for, like, a play where I Tachyon bits the Soul Rock. That would have been Giga Brain, but never got to do that. Let's see what they gong for here. Lunatone, yeah, let's see. They basically have to kill the Moth. They can't leave Moth alive. They kill Moth, I win. But they have to kill Moth. For sure. Moth has to die. The Moth cannot survive the turn. They must kill Moth. But then, like I said, I just have game with Boss. Boss Boulder. Or not Boss, but just Boulder wins me the game. I keep thinking I have a Boss man for some reason. I don't. If they have to kill Moth. If you don't kill Moth, you just lose. For sure. But I win anyways. It literally doesn't matter. But, you definitely kill the Moth. And then I can just go Boulder for game. Boulder for game is cooler. Like I said, bro put in the thumbnail, so I gotta use it. I gotta use the Boulder, bro. It's in the thumbnail, man. I'll see if they have any other plays they can make. Like, yeah. I don't think they can do anything. Literally, this is their only way to win. If they didn't have the Lucario in play, this would have been close for sure, though, like I said. It would have came down to Iono Moth. But because the Fez is in play, if they never Turoed it, I could have amped it. But if I kept... Okay, so in a different world, If this was my board and I kept the option to use Iron Hands and they didn't Turo the Fez, I think I would have just won the game. Because I could have kept the counter catcher. What I could have done here is I could have went Amp, Crispin, E-Switch, Reboot Pod, counter catcher. I would have amped Fez out of nowhere. So I probably would have won the game regardless had they like not a Lucario. As long as this thing never got Turoed last turn and I kept the whatchamacallit. I kept the counter catcher, we would have had game with Amp this turn too. So it would have worked out regardless. I think I would have won, but it still got a little close, even if the Lucario wasn't on board. But yeah, we can just go catch Prism, retreat, bench crown, booster capsule, and that's a big power stomp for the knockout. Let's go. Bye-bye, Dango. You're dead, buddy. That's all she wrote. Yes, matchup's pretty good. This is one of our better matchups, obviously. Yeah, we got there. The boss's prize, Iron Valiant. We had Clefairy and Mew, though. I'm not really concerned. Mew is kind of the MVP. Mew's insane in this matchup, I'm finding. Being able to copy Lucario is pretty good. Mew is a very underrated attacker in this deck. We have Raging Bolt with a Budu. How do we beat Raging Bolt? Well, we have a lot of attackers. Actually, Iron Moth is pretty good, because if they have Teal Mask, it is a decent way to deal with them. Our turn 1 is actually not bad. We want to get into Miraidon here if possible. We have Clefairy too, which is a good attacker. I think we're chilling. This matchup seems fine. Hopefully, maybe. We want to Miraidon them here, though. That's the goal. We need to move Iron Moth. Good thing we got Lillie. This is a pretty good card to play in this situation. I wonder what they're playing. They have Budu. I mean, it might just be like Raging Bolt with a Budu. Budu's a pretty good card. Let's see. Killing the Budu with Miraidon here is pretty good, though. There's Fez. Ooh, sneaky. That's kind of annoying, actually. Oh, and they're going to retreat into the Bolt. Okay. I would have just let Budu in the active. Because if I... Well, they don't know what I'm playing. But if I do knock it out, then it helps them. Do I need Iron Hands? So I hit them with Miraidon here. Is there ever a world where I could amp them the following turn? Probably not. I'm just going to ditch Iron Hands. I don't think I need it. Just grab these two. I could Techno Radar again. I want to... Well, Clefairy we do need. This is actually pretty good. We do need it in this matchup. I guess I could have maybe Clefairy turn 1. Nah, it's unlikely. Just Lillie. I don't know. I probably should have Techno Radar. Hopefully I don't get punished. We got punished. I whiffed the attack. Unfortunate. I didn't want to get rid of anything with that Techno Radar, though. Like, I could have maybe got rid of the Clefairy and then Night Stretcher it back. Or I could have got rid of the Night Stretcher, to be honest. Because I could have thinned out more Pokemon, and then this Lillie would have got me a better hand. We have Arven for next turn. It's fine. We can just play the Arven and then get Booster Capsule. We're probably going to get knocked out anyways. I'm assuming they're going to kill my Iron Moth here with the Raging Bolt. We can counter catcher if they do that. Although I don't want to knock out Budu. I don't want to give them Fez. That's fine. Am I ever using Iron Boulder in this matchup? It can one-shot Fez. It's an option. I might power it up just to have the option to one-shot their Fez. Whatever, it's fine. Ooh, wow. They had Boss. Oh, but they're bringing in the Iron card. Really? They're not knocking out Miraidon? They're just burst roaring. Okay, I see. Oh, they're playing Wellspring Ogre Pawns. We have to watch out for that, too. Okay. Good top deck. I don't want to play that, though. I think we just do this for... This for sure. Actually, do I ever want the XP share, maybe, then, instead in this situation? I could just play the Switch. We have Iron Valiant, though, as an option. Nah, maybe we do just grab this. Grab Nest Ball for Fez. What am I building up here, though? Probably the Iron Valiant. Yeah, sure. We'll grab these two. I'm down. This is fine. I could have got Booster Capsule Switch, Tachyon Bits. I don't think it matters too much. I don't really need to Tachyon Bits anything at the moment. We're doing 60. We put 2 energy here. We only need 3 modifiers to kill Fez. Here's the XP share, the Iron Crown. No, we want to Booster Capsule it. Let's put that on the Moth, I guess. Just have an energy in play, and then we'll Attach this here. I'm going to keep the hand, and then we're just going to hit for 60 and then just build up Iron Valiant. Seems good to me. Because I might want to booster capsule the Boulder. I guess I should have just got booster capsule there instead of the experience share. And then I should have just went switch into Valiant, Tachyon Bits, put 20 on the Fez. That was probably what I should have done. So I probably misplayed there. That's fine. Let's see if they take a 2-prize KO. No, there's Sada. They could find Prime Catcher. They're not playing the Owls, it looks like, which is good. So that is nice. I also could have Tachyon Bits the Budu. And then if I can pull off double Tachyon Bits in a game, we can knock this out for an extra prize. Yeah, whatever. There's Nest Ball, probably for Teal Mask, I'm assuming. Yeah, we want to go Iron Valiant, Knockout. Ooh, Iron Bundle. Okay, you can have my Iron Moth. But then we can go Iron Leaves here, so it's actually not that bad. They kill the Iron Moth, that's fine. We can just give them... We can go Iron Leaves next turn. If they... Like, if they... For some reason, they don't knock me out, we can Iron Leaves. That's my logic. They're probably going to knock me out, though. But if they don't, like, if they get Latias and go into Itchy Pollen... Well, I guess if they go Itchy Pollen, I can't Iron Leaves. Actually, I can't do Iron Leaves in general. What am I saying? Alright, whatever. What are they doing? They can actually go into Budu here. It should be kind of annoying. But I don't think they will. We will see. There's Vessel. Get rid of a Water Energy. They do play Wellspring. Actually, they could Wellspring me potentially at some point if they leave this in the active. See, if they were to Itchy Pollen me this turn, they could set up a Wellspring play and then knock out Miraidon and Iron Moth. They're probably just going to kill the Iron Moth, though. Then we can go... We can Iron Valiant... Do I knock out the active or do I kill the Fez? Probably the active, right? Yeah. Killing Fez doesn't make any sense. We just want to take 2 prizes every turn. I'm just going to go into Valiant. I could promote Miraidon, but if I whiff the attack, it's pretty bad. Just want to knock this thing out. Keep the hand. Don't want to Vessel away anything yet. And we got Reboot Pod, my goat. Let's kill this. It would have been nice to have some Tachyon Bits damage on the Fez, because I still need to get some Iron Crown things going to knock out their Fezandipiti. What's our 2 prizes? All right, there we go, another Crown. If we can get double Iron Crown in play, we can use Repulsor Axe to one-shot their Fezandipiti, which is good. And then they attack me, they take 8 damage. And then maybe we could do something with Miraidon to knock them out. There are actually a lot of plays we can make here. We'll see. It seems decent. And getting some Iron Boulder value is pretty sick. They have to kill the... They definitely have to kill the Iron Valiant. And my opponent could go Budu here and still trap something. I still don't have a way to find future booster capsule. But I think they're going to just try to go aggressive and just try to just bolt me. They're probably just going to try to take 2 prizes every single turn. I'm assuming that's their angle here. Just take 2 prizes every turn and hope for the best. If they have an Iono, this could get a little sketchy, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, if they have an Iono, it's pretty bad. Wouldn't appreciate that. You can kill... I think the plan is knock out Fez next turn and maybe just use, like, Iron Leaves or something to wrap up the game on the Raging Bolt or something. Or we can try to just set up a Clefairy with the Energy Switch or Crispin or something, so... We still have options. We're still in a pretty good spot. We can also just kill the Raging Bolt and then save the Fez KO for later. I don't know what's better. They're both pretty good, though. Let's see. They got the Teal Dance... Yeah, the worst thing they could do here is, like, Iono me, and then I might be in some trouble. Unless I can somehow set up a play with Miraidon to knock them out, which I guess I could Sparking Strike for a KO on the Raging Bolt, right? 180, 200, 220 with another one. Future booster be 240. That's a Lillie. That is not an Iono. Wow, okay. Lillie and Raging Bolt, I've seen it all. They could Wellspring me still. Like, I have to watch out for Wellspring. We have Switch and Leave, so I'm not really too scared about getting Saw blocked, but I got to keep my eyes open for the Wellspring. All right. I think we just go... We try to go Iron Boulder, knockout Fez here. Boulder KO Fez, if we can. Oh, they got the Prime Catcher. They're going to KO my Fezandipiti. Okay. That's fine. Well, I guess we just Iron Valiant, kill the Raging Bolt then. Or should I... Well, actually, you know what? Now I'm Actually, do I KO the active here? That's 2 of their Gusting cards used up. I wonder if it's maybe better now just to kill the Fez with our Boulder. We'll promote Boulder anyways. I might go Boulder, knock out Fez. And then we can leave Iron Valiant on the bench, and my opponent may not have a way to knock it out, because they're down 2 gusting cards. But if I kill the Raging Bolt, they can't gust me anyways, and I can't do Iono. Maybe it is better. Okay, we'll promote this anyways. See what our top deck's going to be. Lillie. All right. Let's get Fez back. I think it's probably best to just kill the active. But the option to knock out the Fez is there. Potentially. But I need some modifiers. Nah, it's not going to happen. Okay. This is probably just better than just go switch. Switch bits. Bench Clefairy. Attach a Psychic. Knock the active out. This basically sets up checkmate. And then I can just boss next turn for a game or something. This sets up checkmate. I'd have to burn my 2 switches, though. So they could do some... No, actually, they could do some shenanigans with Iron... with Wellspring, but that's fine. Nah, it's fine. Even if they Wellspring, like, the only... like, anything they trap can attack. It's actually not that big of a deal. Maybe I should have left the bench spot open, but this checkmates them. Because their only way to knock this out is, like, probably Raging Bolt. They could have Bear in the deck. When then I would have regretted not using Boulder. Somehow, I guess we'll find out. I think it was fine to bench the Clefairy, though. It depends on what's in their deck. They have to Sada to take a prize. The Wellspring's not discarded. That's good. I'll see what they grab with this. Like, if they go Bolt Knockout, I have Game of Clefairy. If they go Bear Knockout, okay, then I might be in some trouble, because I don't know if I can kill the Bear. Kangaskhan? Ooh, they have E-switches, potentially. They go Kanga KO. That's even worse. That has more HP. I don't even... Dude, I can't kill that thing. I mean, we still have Bear. We have Boss on this, but this guy's kind of scary, actually. If they can build it up this turn. There's actually a really interesting Raging Bolt list. I guess their plan is to not use Raging Bolt. It's more of like a Wellspring Kangaskhan Bolt deck. The energy switches make their deck more versatile while playing Lillie. I kind of like this, actually. Their deck's kind of sick. I do rate it. But what I don't rate is, can my opponent go Kangaskhan? They could promote Kangaskhan this turn. I currently don't have game. So they just go into Kangaskhan and pass. I currently don't have game. I can't knock the Kangaskhan out. No, I do have game. What am I saying? We just knock out the Teal Mask. I do have game. I just Clefairy for game. I'm trolling. Yeah, we just have game no matter what. They do this. So just push Clefairy. I want to get in... I want to use Boulder, though. Boulder is pretty sick. I don't play 2 fighting, though. The Boulder would be really good to power stomp their Kanga, but I just don't have... Well, I don't know. We'll see. Energy on that. Sure. What else? Itchy Pollen. All right. Well, unfortunately, my opponent, I do have game. We got this. This. Retreat. Clefairy. Boss. Teal Mask. Knockout. If they had Kanga there, I don't think I would have been able to KO it, but I still have the Gust. Like, they had to, like, Iono go Kangaskhan or something. Their deck is kind of scary, though. I guess, like, it is a little bit more versatile. Those E-switches do allow them to have some pop-off plays. Hit another Goldengo. All right. Now, we are going second. Just an attach pass. It's fine. That's all good. This matchup is good. We got Iron Moth. We have stuff. We have outs. Our hand is pretty okay, too, though I would like to maybe draw more cards. But we can, like, Arven for, whatchamacallit, Techno Radar. Hopefully kill the Gimmighoul. I currently can't knock Gimmighoul out, actually, which is kind of a shame. This Gimmighoul is surviving. Now, are they going to be playing Rocks or not is the question. Let's see. If they have Togekiss, this matchup probably becomes worse, for sure. That's if they play Togekiss. So they might not be playing Togekiss. We might be okay. We'll see what they Arven for then. If I see a Togekiss here, it gets a little sketchy. What are they grabbing with the Arven? Buddy Poff and Air Balloon. They might go Call for Family. That I can knock out. Actually, it's better if they go Call for Family because I can just knock it out with the Miraidon pretty easily. Yeah, okay. So it is potentially Togekiss, which is, I mean, not great. Because if they do set up Togekiss, I am in trouble. Because Togekiss does allow them to potentially get around Iron Moth a little bit easier. The Rocks build is a lot more straightforward and easy to beat. This one, not so much. So hopefully it doesn't come down to it. Oh, they're not doing Call for Family. So I wanted them to do Call for Family here. Unless I draw an Iron Crown, I am not knocking out this Gimmighoul, which is actually pretty bad. Unfortunate. Unless well, no, I can knock out the Gimmighoul. I can get Future Booster Capsule with the Arven. But I have to get rid of something, though, with the Techno Radar. Let's see. I mean, I have to get these two. Do we just ditch the EXP share? Probably. I think I value E-Switch more. Yeah, screw it. Okay, we got Moth in there. We'll grab that, actually, right now. The fires are in there. Right, most of the stuff's in there. I'll grab these two. I'm probably going to have to use the other Arven to get Mew next turn. I could build up Iron Valiant, or I could build up Iron Moth here. Probably just rather build up the Iron Valiant. It's harder for them to knock out. We force them to have, like, E-Search Pro Counter Catcher, which they could have, obviously. That would suck if they did. But this is fine. We'll just build this up. As long as Iron Valiant doesn't die, we can probably use it to get a prize next turn, and then we can establish Iron Moth. What's our prize going to be? It is a Lillie. That is the... That's a good prize. That's a pretty good prize. Now, let's see if my opponent gets the KO on the Iron Valiant. If that does happen, this is kind of sus. Because then I have to go, like... Counter Catcher, KO, Gimmighoul, or something with Miraidon. But then they make the board like double Dengo. It's pretty bad. So I'm just going to pray they don't have the KO on the Valiant. That's why maybe it was better to go Iron Moth there. But then I don't know. Maybe I should have went Iron Moth, actually, instead of the Valiant, now that I think about it. It doesn't matter, though. I always have a 2-prizer in play. It doesn't make a difference. I always have a 2-prizer on the board. It wouldn't have mattered. We could still maybe pop off if we find, like, a play here with Reboot Pod. Unlikely, though. I'm still not killing the Gimmighoul in one hit, though, with the Valiant. We'll see if they have Cypher Maniac. If they pull this off, this is pretty bad. Like, if they can pull off the knockout on the Valiant, it is not good at all. They are drawing a lot of cards. I don't like this. I get to see four more cards here. They get Fez. It's pretty bad, too. I don't like this. And again, they have Togekiss in the deck. This kind of goes out the window. The Iron Moth gets a lot worse when they have Togekiss in the deck, which is pretty bad. Yeah, there's Poffin. We might see the Togepi come down. Yeah. They do take a 2-prize KO, though. We can bench Moth and then Lillie, or we can Arven for Counter Catcher and then Counter Catcher KO the Togepi, which is actually pretty good. So we do have a counterplay if this does happen. We do have a counterplay, but it doesn't look like they have it. They didn't play a Cypher Maniac there, which is good, or an Arven, but they have a piece in their hand. It is possible. Kind of praying they don't have it like that. Maybe, honestly, the better play might be to just Counter Catcher the Togepi, actually, now that I think about it, with the Miraidon. Ooh, they do have the boss. Okay, do they just have raw E-Search Pro? Do they got it like that? Are they the GOAT? Do they just have it like that? Well, they also could just have the knockout, I guess. There is that, too. I didn't really consider that either. Turo and Switch discard. Do they just have a KO? Do they just have 5 energy? Bro just had it like that? And was able to get the Togepi down? Yo, this Goldengo player is the GOAT. I'm assuming they have the knockout, or else they wouldn't have done this. Okay, they're taking a minute. This tells me they don't have it. They have half their hand. Like, they have to have 5 energy, bro. No way, right? They might have whiffed it. Oh, my. Oh, we reeked to metal. That's right. Wow, they are the GOAT, I guess. They had the boss knockout. All right. Forgot Valiant was weak to metal. That's pretty good. So the best play is to go Counter Catcher, KO, Togepi. Maybe could have benched Iron Hands or actually an EXP shared it. That was probably a decent idea. If they have another boss KO, it is pretty bad. Honestly, my chances aren't very good, so we'll see. Yeah, maybe I should have EXP shared the Iron Hands. I didn't want to put it down, though, and then I'm forced to find a switch, right? I guess I'm forced to find a switch anyways on the Iron Crown. Yeah, I don't know. If they have boss KO Moth, this is pretty bad, because then I currently don't have a great answer. I have to, like, get really lucky off Lillie and high roll Reboot Pod or something, which I could do. But yeah, I probably should have benched Iron. I don't know. Maybe I should have put the Iron Hands in the board and then put the EXP share on it. Cause I might be able to use Iron Hands at some point. I'm not too sure, though. They promote Genesect, which is weird. Okay, interesting. They didn't promote Dengo with the air balloon on it. What is bro cooking? Turboing the Genesect doesn't really do anything for them. Okay, they have Arven. Is there an A-Spec Prime Catcher or something then? No way. I'm surprised they promoted Genesect. I mean, if they got Prime Catcher, so be it. That would be really stupid if it was a Prime Catcher. That'd be very unlucky if they had randomly played Prime Catchers or A-Spec. No, that's not a Prime Catcher. All right, cool. I don't know why they didn't go Dengo, because they could have drawn 4 cards and then E-Search Pro. They could have had a way bigger hand here. That's fine with me, though. Now, do they have another out to Togepi is the question. They didn't play a Cypher Maniac, which probably would have been a bit better for them to play, because they could have Cyphered for, like, Night Stretcher plus E-Search Pro. They still need this Togekiss probably in play to still keep up in this match, right? Because then the game comes down to essentially a coin flip. All right. I mean, let's see it. They're not... I mean, okay, they could go Bundle here. Bundle would be really bad. Nope, they do have the Night Stretcher. They just found it. All right, lucky, lucky. This game will probably come out into a coin flip, but they need Boss Rare Candy Togekiss next turn to win. If I had Iono here, that'd be huge. And Iono top deck would be very good. Iono knockout with Iron Moth would be very, very good here, and I can't do that currently. But the game's probably going to come out into a coin flip. I hate to break it to you. Yeah, it's going to come out into a coin flip for sure. SMH. Yeah, we need to draw like an Iono. An Iono would be very good here. Because we can disrupt them from having it next turn. They still need Candy Toge's Boss. Like, they need a lot still. They need Candy. They need a 3-card combo to knock out and win the game. And they also then have to flip heads. Iono top deck or like Fez or something would be good to draw more cards to get the Iono. No, that is not an Iono. Lillie. I maybe should have benched hands so I don't draw it. I don't know. That was not a good Lillie. Actually, it was okay. Now that no, that's fine because we can still Moth next turn. It's actually fine. Another thing about it. Yes, this hand's actually pretty perfect. We kill the Dengo, and we just pray they don't have Rare Candy Toge's Boss in hand. That's the plan. They could counter Catcher, though. They have Cypher Maniac. All right, let's see what our prizes are. Good. So they don't Iono me. We have game in hand. If they don't win the game next turn, we can go Night Stretcher, Reboot Pod, Booster Capsule, Knockout. But let's see if they got it. They have one Dengo in play. They still haven't found Fezandipiti at either, which is good. Never mind. That's the Fez. They definitely would have had it. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if they can win. They need Rare Candy Toge's Boss or Rare Candy Toge's Counter Catcher to win. Then they have to flip heads. And if they flip tails... Actually... Yeah, they need to flip tails. It doesn't matter. No matter what, I'm going to win next turn on the Dengo. They have to flip heads to win. This game is literally coming down to a coin flip. Thank you, Togekiss. Yeah, this game will come down to a coin flip, basically. Like, even if they had a Baby Dengo wouldn't... I guess I could have Baby Dengo to this, and then I wouldn't have had game, but... Because I don't have a way to gust. But they can't Baby Dengo the Iron Moth. So this game is going to come down to a 50-50 chance. They didn't play the E-Search Pro yet, though, I don't think, right? No, I don't think they've played it. It's in their hand. They just haven't used it for some reason to thin out more energy, which is kind of strange. Let's see it. Like, even if they just boss KO Iron Crown, I win. They have to KO Iron Moth or go for the Togekiss coin flip boss play. That's the only way out of this, because I currently have game. They could KO the active and hope I don't have it. Obviously, that's not bad either. But unfortunately for them, I do have it. I'm just that guy. Unless they play an Iono, too. No way they play an Iono, bro. Iono and Togekiss kind of sucks, because, like, there's no point. What's the point? The Togekiss is essentially your Iono. That's how you're winning the game. Let's see it. Do they got it like that? Rare Candy Kiss Boss. Rare Candy Kiss Counter Catcher. Let's see it. They've done everything else. They've Fezzed already. They've Goldengo. They can't play Cypher anymore. They just gotta have they just gotta have it in their hand. Rare Candy Toge's Boss. Rare Candy Toge's Counter Catcher. Flip heads. Let's see it. No, just a Cypher Maniac. That's not gonna get them there. They've already drawn all their cards, unless they play, like, some other way to draw cards I don't know about. I got the Mega Kangaskhan Switch Latias, bro. Yo, broken deck. Yeah, we should have it here. We have Game in Hand, which is ridiculous. Kind of the Looney Tunes, actually, that we just have it like that. This matchup is a lot harder than normal Solrock Dengo, though, like I said. Because the normal build, at least you have different angles and, like, stuff. This build has Togus, which is just harder to deal with. But this is game. Yeah, unfortunately for them, I did sack them, and I drew Reboot Pod and Night Stretcher in the same hand, which is insane. Yeah, just ridiculous hand all around. Just have the nuts. But sometimes, you need, yeah, I mean, an Arven would have turned this hand into a nutty hand too, obviously. So we can Night Stretcher, get back Iron Moth. Reboot Pod. Boom, 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 boom. Attach. Switch. And that's all she wrote. Let's go. The Iron Moth technology. Still pretty good, though. I didn't expect to run into another Goldengo already, but this is fine. And boom, knockout. Just kind of do the Looney Tunes there. But they also had the opportunity to win the game. If they ever played Cypher earlier, they would have probably had it, assuming they play a counter catcher in their deck. Or maybe they didn't play a counter catcher. Who knows? All right, we hit Charizard. Going second is pretty good. This hand would be a lot better if I had a Techno Radar in it. But yeah, we should maybe be okay into Charizard. Are we going to get a donk? I'm not even guaranteed donk, though. This hand isn't good enough to donk them, sadly. But let's see. Don't they at least have a basic? Killing this Tassu would be pretty good, though, to slow them down a little bit. I do want to build up Iron Hand. I think that's like the main target, and then we want to go for like a Leaves play. But Iron Hands is really good early on because we can amp and put on a lot of pressure. Also, we can knock out Pidgeot and take 3 prizes, which is also good. But like I said, this hand doesn't guarantee me the knockout. The best card to draw here would be Arven or Techno Radar. Or Miraidon. Iron Hands is good. I do want that. All right, let's Lillie and hope to find the knockout. We didn't get the Miraidon knockout, but we did get the Miraidon. So at least there is that, though the Tassu does live. I could Iron Valiant it, maybe. Yeah, I guess the option Iron Valiant is available. You can Tachyon Bits it later on in the game. That's okay. That's fine. Only 1 grass energy in the deck. Ooh, that's not good. I need to check to see if Prism's in there. Pricing grass is pretty bad. We do obviously need the Iron Leaves. I think next turn we'll probably just boss me. I don't know. Arven for EXP shares seems okay. Oh, they donate me a Town Store. It's pretty good. Honestly, Town Store is probably a... You know what? The more I play this deck, I don't know if we can fit it, but I actually think this deck should play a couple Town Stores. I don't like giving my opponent Town Store, but Town Store would actually be really good in here the more I think about it. I like it. I like the idea of it, for sure. Do they have anything? They can still Tassu. There's a good chance they draw into, like, Lillie or something. Yeah. They just had Lillie in hand. Even better. See if they hit Pidgeot. The best case scenario is they have Pidgeotto in hand. And they can't get the Pidgeot out. I could go EXP share, boss, kill Pidgeotto. But they probably will take a hit. I think we just Lillie again, to be honest. It's probably the play. I do want to Tachyon Bits this thing, though. This is where I wish I had an Iron Bundle in the deck. Bundle would be really good here. We don't have an Iron Bundle, though, unfortunately. If I drew Crispin, we could amp this thing, too, which would be good. Best play would be, like, Tachyon Bits or something. We could technically pull it out. This is very... I mean, there is a chance we Lillie into the Tachyon Bits play, which would be pretty dope if we did. They only have the 8 each. Okay, so if I draw... Okay, you know what? If I draw a Crown, I'm going to kill Pidgeotto. It's lit. All right, grab the EXP share. That's crazy. I actually top-decked it. It's pretty good. All right. Boss the Pidgeotto. And this leaves the option open to kill the Tassu later on in the game. That's pretty insane that I drew that, not going to lie. We take those, though. And then hopefully we can set up an amp play. We can't amp the Pidgeot for more prizes, but that was a pretty good knockout. We need this grass energy, though. Did not get it. Now, if my opponent has Charizard and a Gust and a damage modifier to kill Iron Hands, I'm going to be a little salty. Or if they have Dusclops. But they pop Clops to kill Hands. I'm still technically taking 2 prizes. Is the XP share only damage from attack? I need to read this. Damage... Ooh, so they could hit Iron Hands and then clops it, and then EXP share doesn't activate. That's interesting, actually. All right, let's see. They got the Ultra Ball for what, though? The problem with this now is I can't amp the Charmeleon for a knockout. I think it was always... I don't know. Was it correct to ever just Lillie there instead of... I don't want them to get a Pidgeot out, though. I don't know. Maybe, honestly, looking back, maybe... Oh, yeah. They got the kill on the hands. Maybe the better play looking back was to actually kill the Tassu. But I don't want them to get a Pidgeot out. I think this is probably just better. Because if I can at least kill the Charizard next turn, it's really not the end of the world. Let's see. And they have Boss in hand or Counter Catcher, don't they? Yep, they just have Boss. Yeah, maybe I had a better play there. I don't know. I could Counter Catcher KO Tassu. Or KO Duskull. That would be pretty good. There's Leaves. Do we have the Prism? Prize that Grass Energy is really bad. Prism is in there. We can get Iron Hands back with Night Stretcher. Do I have Counter Catchers in there, right? No, of course I prized it. Ugh. Get Fez, I guess. Yeah, we could still get the Prism Energy, but then I should have just Lillied. Let's see. Prism Energy one time? Nope. We could still get there. This is a weird game. I don't even know what's going on right now. It's unlikely they have another Gust. I thought I had the Counter Catcher in the deck. I could have prize checked. I just didn't for some reason. So I can go Tachyon Bits, kill the Tatsugiri this turn. I think we got to do that. Kill this. This is pretty bad, though, still. I don't know. This is, like, not good. Prism? Or Grass? No. Alright, well. Attach. Switch. XP share Prey. If they have another boss, this is pretty bad. They could also just have Rarikini Dusknoir, but there's no Pidgeot in play. See, taking out the Pidgeot was a big brain play. If only... Yo, I'd be so blessed if I could amp this Charizard. But I can't. We could... Okay, what we can do next turn is we can go Mew, Burning Darkness, kill the Charizard, and then hope that they don't Briar or something for game. I don't know. Hopefully this pays off. If they take a 2-prize KO here, we just lose. Like, the game's over, they take a 2-prize KO. They basically have to not have another boss. We'll see. We're still in trouble, though, but this gives me a fighting chance. I need them to not have a boss. Like, if they just have it, they have it. They can't Counter Catcher because they don't. They have an Iono. That's fine. I guess I can't do the Mew play now. Like, well, I could still draw an Energy. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we got the Prism Energy even. Look at that. All right, what do they got? If they Dusknoir me this turn, it is also game over. Probably. They don't have it. Okay. We still potentially lose to Briar, but, like, what do you want me to do? So we could go for the Leaves here. What is the better play, to be honest? I actually don't know. We know why they have Zard Briar, right? There's no shot. We're just not going to bench anything they can Dusknoir either. So we can go... Like, no matter what, I can take 2 prizes here. So we can go, like... Knockout with Mew. Yeah, Mew. So you can copy Burning Darkness. Do I want to go Leaves or Mew is the question. I think going Leaves is correct. So we can save Mew to blow up a Charizard at the end of the game. Because it's unlikely if they Iono me. Okay, so yeah. We probably just want to go Iron Leaves here then. Okay, let me just play this. Grab the Techno Radar. Just making sure there's any energy. We can get any energy with the Leaves. Okay. Good to know. Let me just go leaves and pray. All right, this is the best I got. Let's do that. Attach. I don't think it matters. Put that there. Trying to think if I want to do anything else. The option to amp, I'm just going to leave it. I was like debating playing the E-Switch, putting 1 energy on Mew just in case, which might not be a bad idea, but I think I'm just going to leave the hand how it is. We got other grass energy off the prizes. We could also just win with leaves. So my opponent literally needs to have Charizard Briar in their hand. There is absolutely no way that's in their hand right now. That'd be the most insane sack I've ever seen in my life. They could have Fez, which could maybe get them the Briar Fez, but I doubt it. We should just have game. Do they have an Iono would be a little, but we have Mew Fez, and I have potentially checkmate with Burning Darkness. So I probably, okay, you know what? Yeah, I probably should have went for the E-Switch off the Iron Hands, now that I think about it. I should have E-Switched off the Iron Hands. And probably, I mean, with Fez and Mew, it's not going to matter that much, but I probably should have, now that I think about it. But also, the option to amp next turn is still available, and I think that is still a good option to have. So I think it's still fine. If we don't get Iono'd here, like, no way they just have it like that. Like, they just gotta have it like that. If they just have it like that, it's bad. But if they don't have it like that, it's fine. Like, if we don't get Iono'd here, I don't really care. Because I could amp for game. So I keep the option open to take 2 prizes. Please do not just, bro, if they have the Briar, I swear to God. Top 10 sacks of all time if they have Briar here. Good. Okay, we win. That was close. This matchup is definitely, I think it's actually fine. This matchup's pretty good, in all honesty. This is a good matchup. This matchup's good. But it is a little scary when they have access to Dusknorm Briar. So, looking back, it was correct to kill the Pidgeotto when I had the chance to. It ended up paying off. Thankfully, it ended up paying off. So, we got there. Got there in the end. Very close game, though, for sure. Mew's the MVP. Dude, I love Mew. So we should put Town Store in this deck. The more I'm playing this deck, the more I'm like, bro, I wish I had a Town Store in play. So yeah, I definitely think we should play a couple Town Stores in here for sure. If you can fit it, definitely add it. There you go. That is the Future Box deck updated with Mega Evolution. I think the deck is still pretty good. And you still have some good type coverage now with the Iron Moth being good against Goldengo. And then obviously having Iron Valiant and Clefairy, and Mew is really good against stuff like Mega Lucario and Dragapult. Leaves is still really good against Grimmsnarl and Charizard, which are also popular. And, of course, the Iron Boulder is the new addition in the deck. We didn't use it as much as I would have liked to. Like, I wanted to use it a little bit more, but it is a decent late-game attacker with Power Stomp. And, again, the idea is that it is a good way to knock out potentially a Fezandipiti for just, like, 2 energy. Also can be very good at knocking out Mega Kangaskhan, which is also kind of the point of playing it. But the Boulder is like the big new upgrade I've added into the deck. After playing it, I do want to put in some Town Stores. I don't know what I'm cutting. Honestly, we didn't use Crispin as much as I would have thought. Maybe Crispin could just go. Like, I thought this card was good in this deck, considering you have, like, a rainbow of energies, but maybe Crispin is the cuttable card in favor of, like, a couple Town Store, because I think this deck should play a few copies of Town Store. Maybe it just needs more draw in general, but other than that, I think Future Box is still a very fun anti-meta deck to play, and one at killing all the big Pokemon in the format is pretty dang good. Hope you enjoyed the video on the deck. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. We're on the road to 90K/100,000 subs on the channel. You can check out my second channel for more content from me too. And I'll catch y'all later on another video. Bye-bye.